Hey, good morning. Today is Thursday, the 18th, 16th. Wow, okay, I'm off. Anyway, reason why I am doing a recording session today, so this is a little off the cuff, is that on our Croco Devs forum, I'm seeing a few people asking questions about, what is, how to use smart filters, the REST API. We did the REST API tutorial. It is in our YouTube channel. I'll post the link. We also see, kind of an explanation of like what a relational database is. And so we're going to hop into that. And here we are talking about, let's start with relational databases. Let's say we're going to do a post type here. And we're going to say organization. Okay. And we're just going to say title. The title could be the post, but in case you don't want it to be that way, let's just make the title the post here. That's fine. And we'll just say this is a URL. Okay. And then let's say this is for a hotel. Well, not a hotel. I got to think here for a second. Let me pause. Okay, so I thought about it, and one thing I've actually wanted to build for a while is my office is located in with a host of other offices. So one thing I always thought about is creating an actual listing of every office that's located in the building that I'm in, and then allowing them to actually post, unique things. So let's go on that basis here. So really what we're going to do is that once we have, let's just say URL and for their website, if they have one. I don't even know how many offices you can have a website here. Okay. Now, there's going to be some conflict over this, but I'm going to create a organization post. And let's go all the way through. If you like to set these up to specific, verbiage, cool. We have the editor, featured image, and perfect. Okay, because we're only going to give them the WYSIWYG. We're not going to go crazy into this. We don't even say the WYSIWYG. All right, so now, what we have is we have organization and organization post. So how do we connect the two of them? Well, so let's hop in here and I'll show you. So I'm going to create an organization. That's an organization post. Okay. And we get this now to connect with this. Because remember, the whole point of this is that we need the two of them to connect. Because right now, this is by author. So when we look here in our back end and we go to posts, and you probably wouldn't want to do this as a post. You probably want to do this as like a CCT. But we're just, for the moment, we're going to do it this way. Post is 13. And the author is, back this way, is 1. But we don't want to do it by author. Because, again, remember, the whole concept here is that we're going to do it by the organization. So, one way to do that is we're going to go back to our posts, back to organization post, and we're going to create a meta field called org ID. There we go. So now We go back to organizational post, we edit the post, there's org ID. And we forgot, we got to get our organization ID. So the organization ID is 12. You can see it in the, here, let me pause. Oh. So it's 12. I'm just going to say it's 12. If you really, really, really want to know how to see this sort of information, there's an easy way to do it. You go back into your organization. Sorry, I get off track really easy. So add the columns, add new ID, meta value, post ID, update, then we go back. There it is. It's 12. I probably should have put that before that, but I know. Off topic, off track. One. No. That's not what I wanted. Oh my gosh, sorry. Not always the best at making these. So, okay, so now ID is 12. So if we go back into our organization, we add 12 and hit update. So now our org ID has been attached to the organization, or post, organization post has been attached to the organization. So now, if we go in and we create our listing, we could connect the two. So we're going to go to add new, posts, let's just say organization, and we're going to do posts. So here's the thing. You can't do it by post type organization. We have to do it by post. Does that make sense? Yes. But here's the other thing. Once we create this, this is where things get a little bit kind of odd. And I'll explain why. So when we create these, you're going to create this within your single post page. If you're using Elementor, of course. So we're just going to do it this way. We're just going to say dynamic field should already be set to title, post title, and then we're just going to say dynamic field again, and this time we're just going to attach it to content. So it's already new service, it's already going to be associated, so that's easy. But again, we're going to go back here, and we're going to go to templates, and we're going to go to the builder, and we're going to create a single post. And we're going to call it, again, this is just, again, pulling the post title. And then we're going to pull in, let's just say, a listing grid. Well, we don't need, yeah, we're going to do the listing grid, duh, but okay. And then we're going to select posts. Cool, perfect, easy. Then we'll do one column. That's easy. But this is, you know, reason why this isn't pointing correctly is because in our settings, we have to set the condition to be proper. Pardon me, it's display conditions. Add. I'm trying to get away from using Elementor, and we're going to do organization. Okay, so now we have our organization set up here, and what we're going to do is I'm going to go to exit. Now let's see how this messes us up here. Oh, crap. It's showing that in there. I don't want that. So how do we do that? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to, where'd you go? Oh boy. I must have taken it down. Okay, so we're going to go back in here. We're going to go to templates. We're going to go to theme builder. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to put in some filters. So in query, you can essentially do your own query builder, and query builder is really good. We'll get into that a whole different time, but for right now we're just going to do query post query. So we're going to say, how would we go about doing this? Well, you want to query by meta query, and then you're also going to query by the post ID, but you got to know what the actual post or idea here is. So the one way to do that, sorry, had to go pull my JetEngine macro guide here. So the one way to do that is we're going to use the macro guide. And you can find the macros here on this. I'll post it in the actual description here. But what we're going to do is current ID. So a couple ways to test what the current ID is. And this is not the best way to do it. There's better ways, but I'm just going to show you like a more visual way to assess the actual ID is to say, hey, what is this post ID? The post ID is 10. So back to what I was saying, remember how I just said that the post ID was 10. I had to go back. I completely forgot that in the way that Elementor does it is it's what this current post ID is. So post ID for this template here, let me look here, is in theme builder is 10. This is actually 10, which is why that was probably a little confusing, and I should have remembered that. So I'm just gonna dump that. So back to the query builder. So right now what I did is that I went in and I just said, hey, org ID, the value is 12. If there is no value, then it would say nothing because there's no blank org ID. Excuse me. But if we say 12, it's the post that's attributed to Pixel of Illusion. So how do we then do that dynamically? Well, that brings us back to the macros, and the current ID is how we're going to do that. So we're going to go back and we're going to post right here. Now it's going to say that there's no data. Well, because again, 10 has no data. There's no data connected to 10. So if we go update, boom, it works because current ID Pixel of Illusion is 12. This post is attached to 12. Done. Okay, that's pretty much simple and easy to do. Hopefully that is a very simple way. I know I had to kind of go back and overwrite, and it probably looked a little juddered there, but I was trying to make this work. I don't want to work out the problem while I'm discussing, because essentially what I had done is that I had thought, oh well, this is 10, and it wrote 10 and nothing was coming up, and then I realized, oh, it's not 10 because it's 12. Okay, so that's trying to make this simple and easy. Again, back to the current ID, which should say nothing, and update. So go back, refresh. That's perfect. That's what we want. Now, if I go to my other organization and we look at Office Next Door, boom, that works. So you see how a relationship can be built using that. Now, let's talk forms. How do we connect here via form here? So I'm just going to use JetEngine Forms to enable the forms. Go here, hit save. There's a whole lot of good stuff in here. This has got to load. All right, cool, that's done. And now when you look here, you'll see forms. And we're going to add a new form. And we're going to call this, I'm probably going to end up doing a fair bit of back and forth here. So just bear with me for a moment here. Post form. And what we want to do is we definitely need this post ID form. And we're going to add a field for doing We're going to give it a rich text editor, WYSIWYG, if you know the meaning. Field name is post content. Label is your post. Okay, perfect. Apply. So this is like very minimalistic. Publish. And the big thing here is we're not going to do send email. We're going to do add notification. Oh, I could have just done that this way. We're going to insert update post, and we're going to say it is going to be an organization post, and the post status is going to be published. Now, we could do a draft, but we're just going to do for now. We're going to select the post property here for the post ID, and we're going to set it as a post meta in the org ID, and this is going to be post content, and apply. Update. Make sure you always hit apply. I've made, and one of these had like 30. I just went and hit update, didn't apply it, nothing happened. So just avoid that turmoil by not doing that. And now we're going to do so we're back in here. This is our listing, and let's just say we're going to add our form. And again, we want to make sure it's the Jet Engine form. You'll know it's Jet Engine because you'll select the form here, and this is our post form. And here you go. Again, the post ID is already going to be based on this ID right here. And let's just see how it works without us doing really any work. Let's refresh. And we're going to, I'm going to copy again. The only thing I forgot, and before I even do this, let's add a title. That would make sense. Let's do a title. That's post title. Here's the thing I'm going to note real quick here is that if with custom fields, it always does everything underlined here. Or in dash, like that. Do it that way. It just, if you are if you write PHP code, you know why. So, post title, apply change. I almost hit update. I almost did it. It's a habit. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to call this check us out. Here's our post. Let's hit submit. And you know why that happened? I can tell you why that happened. Yes, I made a boo-boo. I just said that. Whew. All right. So we're going to go here. We're going to set this as post title and apply changes. And we're going to go back in here to our organization posts, and we're just going to delete that one. I can't believe I said that. Oh my God. Okay. Refresh. Human. Let's see here. I bet you post title, apply changes, update. Please, CrocoBlock friends, fix this. Don't make me have to hit apply and update twice. Just do it. Just do it. You know, please. I beg you. Okay. I'm not going to make you go back through and watch me do that again. Here, we're just going to say, check us out. Cool. Submit. If it doesn't do it, I'm done. Checking out. Might actually write an actual solid. Look at that. Check us out. Now, how do we delete a post? So, how do you delete a post? Pretty simple. You just want to use the dynamic, let's see here, dynamic link. Throw it in there, and you can essentially just do delete current post. Make sure that you add in there some sort of, you know, conditional logic in there that says, you know, only the person who made this post or the organization that made this post can delete the post. So now we hit update, and let's take a look. Okay, so let's see what happens. Delete this post. Are you sure you want to delete this post? Okay. Okay, so I did a little redirect here, and I'm going to go back. Boom. So if we don't want the redirect, what we need to do. One issue that I'm noticing, and maybe somebody has like a workaround for this, is that the options here, there's not one that has the current URL, and that is problematic. So what we could do is there's the ability to write a shortcode. If somebody knows of an option in here that is usable, because again, there's very limited options here that I'm seeing. But I mean, if you want, you could do a shortcode. A shortcode actually would be an easier way to do this. You could do something like, current URL. And then what we would have to do is, I'm going to pause for 1 second here. Okay, so sorry, because I'm using local, I'm a little, I've actually never done any sort of configuration like this. So I'm just going to open it up here and find it. I didn't want you to sit here and just watch me bumble around here. I don't have the child theme. Always, always, always use a child theme. I do not know how to make that really clear. If you use the base theme, you cannot edit it. You cannot fix it. You cannot. If you do, the next time that there's an update, good luck. You will lose everything that you've been adding to that. So no, don't do that way. Do not add code into the functions.php of do I not have a, oh wow, okay, no, I'm pretty sure I do. I'm gonna take this. So while I'm doing this, what I'm trying to do right now is I'm just trying to find the actual theme. I'm just gonna do this the easy way. So we're just gonna do hello child theme. Oh, that was weird. You can get it on GitHub. Download zip. Easy. Money. Choose file. It's in my downloads. Install. Again, I really apologize if I'm going like super fast here, because I feel... Okay, so it looks like after I added in, I'm trying to speed things along here. There's like an error or something, but this code is good. So what I'm going to assume is that it's something to do with the system that I'm using. So I'm going to... Have that happen. I'm going to add it there, reload. There we go. Yeah, it was just something very odd with how it was doing it right here. Maybe there's a bug in it. I don't know. Fact is that, let's see, undefined variable. That's because when I wrote this, I was writing it without a global, so let's see here. There we go. So now what it'll do is when we delete this post, it should return us back. So I'm going to go and make sure that I have enough posts here. I'm going to restore these. So I've been testing and testing and testing. I want to make sure that this looks good and it's easy for you guys to follow. Bold captions. Select all, edit. Publish. Okay, so now they're all published. Come back over here. Boom. So what should happen is that when I hit delete this post, it did not return me. That is really frustrating. Okay, so the reason why is that the short code was missing. I don't know, maybe I just didn't save it or something like that. My computer's been just acting really interesting today, so I'm going to add it. I started adding it and I was like, wait a second here. So as a group, share as a class here. Update. So when this goes to like post edit, it's just going to be like a 5-minute tutorial here. Okay, there we go. All right, now let's go back here. We're going to refresh. I took out the post URL just because it was unnecessary. Delete. Okay. Boom. All right, that's pretty simple. I'm going to be posting some more of this. Please, I apologize. This was not done the way I'd like to do it. Stay with me for some more tutorials. We're going to start punching out more. I just get so busy with requests, client requests, that I just forget to get in there and to do at least 2 a month. Anyway, stay tuned. Thank you. Have a good one. Hey, thanks for joining us. Check us out online, ask questions, share, subscribe. See you next time.